to open your hearts more fully to see the divine opportunities in your way that may at times seem like obstacles, and yet they present a golden opportunity. We invite you to recognize that through the unity of all things, there is nothing separate from all that we collectively are. So when you see something that presents as a bump in the road, or even a significant struggle for your human self to feel strong enough to face, we invite you to stop and pause to invite the realization of what this represents as an opportunity to you. For at the heart of all challenges is the gem of an opportunity. The healing time comes from you. The healing time comes from your heart that is so beloved. Within you everything is possible. Peace, love, patience, faith, hope, compassion, gratitude, creativity, beautiful and loving manifestation. If you have a war inside of you, how will the outside be? Can there be peace on the outside then? Now it is high time to work on your inner healing, and this will give you sublime peace on your inside. Peace starts within you, within your heart. You have to make up your own mind. No one else can decide for you. Ask yourself how you treat yourself. Do you speak kind words about yourself? Do you think kind and loving thoughts about yourself? Do you feel love when you think about yourself? Do you love yourself? If you don't love yourself, now it is high time to start. And yes, there is always something to work with. That needs help, that needs guidance within you. No one is perfect, but it does not give you an excuse not to love yourself. But we tell you that beliefs are a dicey deal. Beliefs say if you believe this, then you cannot believe that. And we suggest the things you have latched onto were mental considerations and not fully vetted to know whether or not these beliefs are of merit. We will suggest that those things you have banked a lot of conviction on are not as you suppose them to be. Some we will say are such that there is not a possibility for their actuality to be considered valid or real. Consider this. Consider that you formulate much more utilizing a faulty foundation. And how can much of a higher measure move into play when not anchored upon a stronger foundation? There is no true substance or reliability there. Do you recognize that misleading beliefs will lessen the knowingness from which a better pathway is to be? Know this. Know that more cannot be when limitations exist that you embrace. They will lead you to a dead-end reality. Release beliefs and begin again. Ask for more. Ask repeatedly. And in this single awareness of taking this step to pause and ask, you open yourself to the realization that there are significant means to resolve whatever has presented itself in your life. It is not really a question of the size of the matter or the difficulty, for the elements are the same. The components no different despite your perception of the magnitude of a challenge that arises in your life. So, drop your perception of difficulty first. This will allow a removal of any perceived barriers to understanding what is possible to choose in resolution to this problem. Then ask yourself. It is with great confidence that we can say this to you. For it is the truth that as you allow yourself to consider the possibilities of growth, expansion, contribution, resolution, or elevation of the situation in front of you, you will be met in those possibilities with support from the spiritual dimension. We know indeed this takes great trust to understand, believe, or fathom how that occurs. But we ask you to suspend your doubts and disbeliefs in order to test our suggestions and guidance to see how it works for you. For in allowing for expansive possibilities, the genius that lies within you is given the space, the faith and opportunity to explore. Love all of yourself with all of your scars of life. Love all of you, even though you feel you are broken. Embrace all of you, the complete package. And do you know why? Because I love you exactly as you are. You are safe with me. I've walked beside you every day. I have felt your tears. I carried you when you were too tired to walk. I felt your loneliness at night and I watched over you. I even put my wings around you. And I would do it all over again and again. You are never alone. Just please love yourself. Peace starts within, and then peace grows outwards. If everybody did this on this planet, what would you think would happen? Peace starts within in the sanctuary of your heart and in your home wherever you live. There is always a choice between what is right to do and what is easy to do. Do you agree with me? The right thing to do is to choose love. The right thing to do is to choose peace. And the right thing to do for you is to love yourself and treat yourself with love all the way. And this means healing times are here. Now, might you consider reincarnation? Are you considering it in a big picture sort of way? Are you looking at it in a way of measure? Do you see that the reason you need to discover past lives is so that they hold value to why things are as they are? They cause to today to be as it is. Further, they allow you to understand more readily why something is a drift of what is. They allow the fuller measure to be known and realized by you. You see, there is so much that is not understood in this way, in this day. Reincarnation is not of the value ego might suggest. Discovering a previously held grand life is something ego might crave. It is not routinely a significant thing to know. Ego loves the story and looks for what might be gratifying so there can be the puffing up and grand accomplishment suggested. This is of no real value. There is no intrinsic gain from posturing a discovery from an egoic stance, so release that. Know that it is to discover what has been lost over time. It is that components were lost in that other time. That is the value of discovery here. It is to find that thing most necessary to know. It is then to enact a recovery of measure. For you see, you will enable a means of wholeness to be restored by reintegrating what is amiss and missing today. And this time in which you live offers a multitude of these opportunities. So we ask you, rather than be dismissive of what is occurring as only a path of doom and gloom, we ask you to consider. Perhaps this is presenting a unique opportunity for me to step forward in leadership, from a place of love in harmony with all that is, to find a better way forward. And this you might say to yourself, perhaps this is what I have come here for. Perhaps this is why I am living in such tumultuous times. Perhaps I have come to discover my own innate divine capacity to love despite the appearance of separation. Perhaps I have come to hold harmless those who do not understand what they do, seeking only accountability, not judgment. Invite within yourself a fuller expression of the essence of who you are, in all your innate brilliance to meet the challenges at hand. Invite yourself to have a journey like you could have in no other time and place. So, please do not fall into discouragement. We offer you this. Allow yourself to explore this possibility, these questions. This approach before you turn away and resign yourself to letting the old ways reside in your society. It is not necessary. This is the golden age of change, and yet you are invited to be the change agent in your own life. And we will recalculate and formulate what we might do moving forward for more to become recognized as so many here on earth have lost their way. They are simply not looking for a way out. It is because they believe this is all there is. Yes, some may say they believe in reincarnation, but do they deeply know why this is so? Do they regurgitate teachings that allowed one or another to evolve from here, yet do not know the inner understandings these others understood? Or do they believe they understand but do not truly know? For they are looking at the understandings through their mentalness rather than through their heart space. Or do they have components of false beliefs that they believe to be true that are not? Do you see that when there is an understanding and another translates what they believe the one to have said? Do you see that often the true meaning is lost and what is being conveyed is not as it once was? And then another mental aspiration is formulated. And then there is another interpretation of that revelation. And then another until that revelation is no more. In this way, it has been lost over time. In time, it will mean quite literally the opposite of what was intended originally.